Hi there, and welcome back to Great Books for Kids. Today's episode is something a little different. It's quiet, reflective, a little slower, but every bit as powerful. We're diving into the world of seasonal poetry, the kind that captures a moment in time with just a few perfect words. Poetry can be an incredible tool for young readers. It helps them slow down, notice, and really feel. The poems we're sharing today celebrate the seasons: spring's bloom, summer's heat, autumn's change, and winter's hush, through beautiful language and evocative imagery. So if you're looking for books that invite mindfulness, spark thoughtful conversations, or offer just a few lovely lines to end the day, this list is for you. Let's start with one of my absolute favorites, When Green Becomes Tomatoes, Poems for All Seasons by Julie Fogliano, illustrated by Julie Morstad. This book is a poetic calendar. It begins in early spring and moves gently through each season, with every poem dated like a journal entry: April 12th, May 10, October 6, December 29, giving the feeling of little moments captured in time. The poems are short, simple, and achingly beautiful. They talk about things like waiting for tomatoes to ripen, feeling too hot to move, or watching leaves dance across the pavement. Fogliano has an incredible gift for capturing a child's voice. Curious, honest, and full of quiet wonder. Her poems don't try to sound fancy or distant. Instead, they feel like thoughts your own child might have whispered to you while watching a rainstorm or lying in the grass. Julie Morstad's illustrations are soft and delicate, with just the right touch of whimsy. They don't overwhelm the poems, but give just enough imagery to draw readers in. When Green Becomes Tomatoes is perfect for reading one poem a day or flipping to a poem that matches the weather outside. It's a true celebration of how the world changes and how poetry can help us notice it all. Next, we head into the heart of winter with The Bees and Other Poems of the Cold by Joyce Sidman, illustrated by Rick Allen. This isn't your average poetry book. It's part poetry, part science, and completely fascinating. Each poem focuses on a creature that survives, even thrives, during the coldest months: tundra swans, voles, wolves, and yes, even bees. Every poem is paired with a sidebar of non-fiction text, explaining how that animal adapts to the freezing world. The language in Sidman's poems is rich and layered, full of rhythm and wild beauty. There's a reverence for nature in her writing. You can tell she deeply loves the creatures she's writing about. In one poem, she describes bees huddled in a hive, their wings buzzing just enough to keep the queen warm. In another, a vole tunnels through snow beneath our feet, unseen. Rick Allen's illustrations are breathtaking, created using block printing techniques that give texture and depth to every page. The snowy world he builds feels ancient and alive. Winter Bees is a perfect mix of poetry and STEM, ideal for classrooms, nature lovers, or anyone curious about the quiet, secret lives that continue when the world looks still. It's poetry with purpose, packed with real knowledge and lyrical beauty. Our third pick is Haiku, A Year of Seasons by John J. Muth. This is a collection of haiku poems, 26 of them, one for each letter of the alphabet, told from the perspective of a gentle panda named Ku. Yes, Ku, he's thoughtful, playful, and incredibly expressive, leading readers through the seasons with short, elegant poems that highlight the small and lovely moments in a year. John J. Muth is known for his soft watercolor illustrations and philosophical tone, and haiku is no exception. The haiku are short and sparse, but each one packs a quiet punch. One might describe snow melting off bamboo leaves. Another might notice spring's first breeze or autumn's crisp sky. What's wonderful about haiku is that it introduces the concept of haiku in a way that's friendly and fun. There's a note at the end that gently explains the form, but the book never feels like a lesson. It's a gentle read, filled with charm and warmth. If you're looking for something peaceful, meditative, and visually stunning, this book is a gem. It's great for poetry units, mindfulness moments, or just curling up with a cup of tea and breathing a little more slowly. Our fourth title takes a broader look at the seasons with Firefly July, a year of very short poems, selected by Paul B. Janeczko and illustrated by Melissa Sweet. This is an anthology, a carefully chosen collection of short poems by many different poets, all grouped by season. You'll find names like Emily Dickinson, Robert Frost, Langston Hughes, Carl Sandburg, and many others. But don't worry, these aren't the dusty textbook versions of poetry. These are vibrant, child-friendly poems that capture the essence of a moment. Each poem is short, often just a few lines, but they're powerful in their simplicity. One poem compares summer to a firefly. Another marvels at the way fog rolls in off the coast. There are poems about rainy spring mornings, autumn winds, and the hush of a snow-covered world. Melissa Sweet's illustrations are colorful, collage-style paintings that feel like a scrapbook of the seasons. They're joyful, layered, and filled with playful details that add richness to each poem. Firefly July is a great way to introduce children to poetry from a wide range of voices and styles. It encourages the idea that poetry can be brief, bold, and beautiful, a spark of language that lingers in your mind. And finally, let's end with a cozy winter read, Winter Poems, selected by Barbara Rogasky, with illustrations by Trina Schardt-Hyman. This anthology gathers some of the most beautiful poems about winter, from classics by Shakespeare and Dickinson, to modern voices, to lesser-known gems. The poems speak of snow falling silently, frost on windows, the hush of a forest under snow, and the crisp crunch of footsteps in the cold. Trina Schardt-Hyman's illustrations are warm and nostalgic, full of candlelight, knit scarves, red cheeks, and winter woods. You can feel the crackle of a fire and the stillness of the season in every image. This book is best suited for slightly older children, or as a shared reading experience, but even younger kids will be swept away by the rhythm and beauty of the words. Winter Poems isn't just about cold weather, it's about quiet, reflection, rest. It's about finding the warmth in stillness and the beauty in bare branches and pale skies. And that brings us to the end of our poetic journey through the seasons. From lyrical journal entries to frosty animal tales, from playful haiku to timeless anthologies, these books show that poetry is for everyone, and that the seasons offer some of the most perfect moments to put feelings into words. Whether you're reading one poem a day, or diving deep into verses about bees and bare trees, these books help children appreciate the passing of time, the changes in nature, and the quiet thoughts we sometimes keep to ourselves. If you enjoyed today's list, give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to Great Books for Kids for more thoughtful, joyful storytime inspiration. Let us know in the comments, do you and your kids read poetry together? What's your favorite poem for each season? Thanks for joining us, and until next time, happy reading and happy reflecting.